An INFJ is known as the rarest personality type, but also the most misunderstood. They are loyal to a fault, deeply empathetic, and willing to go further than most people to keep a relationship alive. But when an INFJ finally decides to walk away, it's not out of impulse or anger, it's after long reflection. Countless chances, and the realization that nothing will change. When they leave, they almost never return. Let's dive into the 10 reasons why. 1. Emotional betrayal. For an INFJ, trust is sacred. They don't open up easily, but when they do, they give someone access to their innermost thoughts and feelings. Betrayal, whether it's dishonesty, broken promises, or hidden agendas, feels like a personal violation. Unlike some types who might forgive and forget, INFJs see betrayal as a permanent fracture in the foundation. Even if they forgive outwardly, inwardly they know things will never be the same. 2. One-sided relationships. An INFJ naturally pour themselves into others. They listen, support, and uplift without asking much in return. But over time, they notice when the balance is off. If the relationship becomes a cycle of giving without receiving, INFJs begin to feel invisible and unappreciated. Eventually, they'll choose to walk away rather than continue pouring into a bottomless cup. 3. Feeling unseen or misunderstood. INFJs crave deep, meaningful connection where they can express their true selves. But many times, people only see their surface polite, kind, or helpful without recognizing the layers beneath. When INFJs feel chronically unseen or misunderstood, it breeds loneliness, even in the presence of others. Over time, that isolation convinces them to leave in search of environments where they can be authentically valued. 4. Constant negativity. As emotional empaths, INFJs are like sponges. They soak in the moods and energies of others. A toxic environment, constant criticism, or endless negativity doesn't just irritate them, it drains their very life force. They need hope, inspiration, and growth. If someone continually drags them into cycles of despair, they'll eventually step away, not to punish the other person, but to save themselves. 5. Lack of growth. INFJs are forward-thinking visionaries. They're always searching for meaning, improvement, and evolution in their lives and relationships. But if a situation feels stagnant, or the same arguments repeat, nothing changes, and growth is impossible, they quietly lose motivation. For INFJs, growth isn't optional, it's a lifeline. Without it, walking away becomes the only choice. 6. Disrespect of boundaries. Despite their generosity, INFJs have firm boundaries. They need time alone to recharge, and they value respect for their personal limits. When someone repeatedly crosses those boundaries, whether by invading their privacy, ignoring their need for space, or dismissing their feelings, it sends a clear signal that the relationship isn't safe. That's when the INFJ begins planning their exit. 7. Manipulation and control. INFJs have razor-sharp intuition. Even if no words are spoken, they can sense hidden motives, emotional games, or subtle manipulation. While others may overlook these patterns, INFJs feel them immediately. So once they confirm they're being manipulated or controlled, they won't argue or fight, they'll simply withdraw. Walking away is their silent form of rebellion. 8. Emotional exhaustion. INFJs are natural healers, often stepping into the role of counselor or problem solver. But when the emotional labor becomes endless, when they always carrying others without support in return, they burn out. At that point, walking away isn't selfish, it's survival. They leave to recharge, rebuild, and return to themselves. 9. Loss of alignment with their values. INFJs live by their inner compass. Integrity, honesty, and authenticity are non-negotiables. When a person, workplace, or relationship requires them to act against their values or forces them to live inauthentically, they feel a deep inner conflict. For an INFJ, staying in that misalignment is unbearable. Walking away becomes their way of protecting their soul. 10. Realization of their worth. The final and perhaps most decisive reason. INFJs eventually recognize their own value. For much of their lives, they may tolerate mistreatment, self-sacrifice, or imbalance out of love. But there comes a breaking point where they realize they deserve more respect, loyalty, reciprocity. When that realization hits, it's like a switch flips. The INFJ walks away with quiet certainty, and once gone, they rarely look back. When INFJs walk away, it's never sudden. It's the result of silent observation, deep reflection, and countless second chances. But once they decide to leave, their decision is final. They're not motivated by anger or revenge, they're motivated by self-respect, authenticity, and the need to protect their inner peace.